Alrighty, hello again, this is Trace Majestus, and we're back in Elite Dangerous Odyssey, back to building our station, so as soon as things actually come up, we'll get in game and get things rolling. But at this point, hello Khan Mirza, and hello Zoltor. Welcome back, guys. And sorry I'm late. Hello, Kanesh. Welcome back. Hello, Tacita. Welcome back. Oh, cool. I'll appreciate the income. Hello, Mr. Mad Hatter. Welcome back. And yes, Happy New Year. At least we can hope it'll be a happy one. And we started off right 20 minutes behind schedule. Although I will blame a large part of being late tonight on last night. Oh my goodness. Family gaming session. Ran well into the wee hours of the morning. But hey, family time is a good thing. What do we got here? Architect payment, money, carrier, money going the wrong way. All right, so let's fill out the carrier thingy. All right, let's see. 'Tis an even week, and it didn't go anywhere. Okay, good. Cool. That does tend to happen when you go a long distance and you, oh, excuse me, actually, collect data. All right, so let's see. Balance. 27,578, whoops. 27,578. 703,600. What did I do wrong? 2, 5. Huh. I mistyped. There we go. That looks better. Alright, pull up colonization. Get rid of carrier. Let's hide a bunch of columns. There we go, that'll be easier to see. So, on the carrier, we got 15, 20 in steel. Yep. We've got 634 in water. Yep. We've got 55 semiconductors. Yep. 1623 locks. Yep. Steel, water, semiconductors, locks, and copper of 222. Yep. Alright, so what else do we need? We need ceramic composites, CMM composites, computer components, food cartridges, insulating membrane, medical diagnostic equipment, polymers, power generators, more steel, and titanium. Okay, so the only thing left I can get here is steel and titanium. Okay, that's where I'm at. Retract landing gear.
You have liftoff.
Retract landing gear. Retract landing gear. Anubis. Oh, maybe he's not running. He's not running. There we go. Retract landing gear.
Landing gear retracted.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Yeah, got me a bit of a wider turn than I wanted. How far out did we get? Not bad. Good evening, Tacita.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Tired. The family decided to have family time last night before bed, and that went into the wee hours of the morning. But, you know, family's good.
Hey, family time's always good, especially when when it goes on that long.
Yeah. Well, we don't get a whole lot because my daughter's usually, playing online games with her friends. My wife sometimes joins in with them, sometimes reads, sometimes watches videos, sometimes does her own things. Very rarely does something with me. And sometimes I play with my daughter's games. Occasionally all three of us, which is fun.
Zorgan Peterson, Alpha, November Golf. We are happy to have you, Commander. Please note that all station services are at your disposal.
Open hailing frequencies.
Requesting docking permission.
Access authorized. Cleared for landing on pad 02.
But more often than not, the games I like to play are not ones that they like to play. So.
You all end up doing your own thing.
A lot of the time, yeah. Deploy landing gear. Deploy landing gear.
Landing gear deployed.
Landing gear deployed.
Ship is on the ground. Commence power down. Greetings, Commander.
When they were younger, me and my kids used to sit down for an hour on me on my PC, one of the kids on their PC, and one on a laptop, and we blast Halo for an hour together.
Oh, that must have been fun.
That was really good fun.
I could not play Halo. I had a major problem with Halo. It made me horrifically motion sick.
But even just looking at the screen.
Just looking at the screen, it made me horrifically motion sick. I couldn't even watch somebody else play without getting horrifically motion sick. Because Halo was before they put in one black screen every 30 seconds. Which interrupts the cycle for most people, including me. So Halo was just like an absolute no-go. I could play for 10 minutes and I'd be heading for the barf bucket. It was horrible. All right, how much?
Yeah, that's not good.
No, only being able to play 30 minutes of a game like that is just like, might as well just not have the game.
Maximum capacity.
Luckily, I tried it on somebody else's computer before I went to buy it. Made it to their bathroom before I let go, but oh my god.
Oh, so it wasn't just felt motion sick, you were actually motion sick.
Yes.
Wow.
Yep. Halo was just, oh my god, what it triggered with me was just like, was horrible. I don't get motion sick, except for video games. I've been up in planes. People have done crazy maneuvers with me up in their planes. No problem whatsoever. No problem in cars. No problem on motorcycles. No problem on skis. No problem. Halo? Forget it. Pearl.
That's mad.
Oh, it was literally 10 minutes, and I was heading for to empty my stomach. Oh my god.
Well, the longest session me and my kids ever had together was 6.5 hours.
Ship uncoupled. Moderate speed on exit.
Retract landing gear.
Landing gear.
Landing gear retracted.
Seemed to be a very fun game, but Is that guy coming in?
fun, especially online, until the cheetahs started. Then it started going rapidly downhill.
Yeah, I can see that. Now, a bunch of years later, I played a game called Age of Wushu, which had far more screen movement and such than Halo did.
Clear station perimeter. Have a safe journey.
But it didn't cause me any problem whatsoever because they had since implemented that however many black screens per 60 second they put in there, and it was no problem whatsoever.
Now, you just taught me so much today. I never knew about this black screen part.
Yeah.
To break the cycle.
So by inserting a completely black frame in the video, every certain number of times per second, I forget if it's once a second or twice a second, it breaks the immersion for the eyes, and so the eyes don't track it as real movement, so they're not expecting an inner ear response, which means you don't get motion sick. What causes the motion sickness is the difference between visual and the internal balance perception of the motion.
Visual and the physical.
Yeah, there's no physical sensation of motion, but you're watching something that should have a physical sensation of motion, and that disconnect causes motion sickness. And so by putting that black screen in, which you cannot consciously see, but your subconscious picks it up, makes it so that it doesn't treat it as real. Open hailing frequencies.
Requesting docking
So
permission.
why doesn't that work in VR?
It does.
It doesn't, because I'm the same as you. I've flown, I've bikes, cars, buses, trains, you name it. As soon as I go VR,
Landing
I
gear
feel as
deployed.
sick as a pig.
Landing gear deployed.
Depends somewhat on what game it is. Whether it's old enough to have that black screen technology in it, or if it's not synced up right for you.
Landing successful.
You may need more. You may need an extra.
Are at your disposal.
They may need to up the frequency for some people, although they don't, because they only really aim for the 80%.
I nearly fell out with a tiger moth once.
Nearly fell out of your what?
A tiger moth.
What's a tiger moth?
An old biplane.
Oh, okay. You almost fell out.
I was 12 years old.
Yeah.
I got a parachute on. I got a cushion underneath that. And I got a crazy American pilot who decided we were going to go doing aerobatics. And he did the loop-the-loop. The straps on the harness started to started to slide down my arms.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
Then we got it back upright rather fast.
Hmm.
I adjusted a couple of things and then we went for it again.
Cool.
Yeah, 12 years old, no fear.
Hmm. Oh, Distant Worlds 3 is in 2 weeks. Oh, I better catch up on what I need to do ahead of that. And Trice is only a third of the way back from Colonia at this point. Guess I got 2 weeks to get him back here. Retract landing gear.
Confirmed. You have liftoff.
Landing gear retracted.
Frameshift drive
And you're clear.
charging.
Take care out there, Commander.
Yeah, I think I'm only planning on bringing the Mandalay with me.
1. Engage.
I gotta figure out which carrier I'm supposed to be on. I have decided not to do it since we're getting carted out there via carrier. But I guess I'll go hop on board. In fact, I probably should figure that out in the next couple of days and go park there so I don't miss it. Ha! That would be just like me, have to play catch up.
Zorgan Peterson, Alpha, November Golf. Welcome to the station, Commander. Please fly safely.
Open hailing frequencies.
Requesting docking permission.
Access granted. Proceed to Bay 3-2.
That wouldn't take long in a Mandalay using the Neutron Highway.
That wouldn't take long without using the Neutron Highway. It really doesn't save all that much on a Mandalay. Save me 40 jumps from coming back from Colonia.
Heading is A-OK, Commander. You're all clear.
Deploy landing gear.
Landing gear deployed.
Now the Caspian, that's a different story.
Landing gear deployed.
I like this ship. Do you know, I've had no problems landing in mountainous areas or anything with it.
The Caspian? Huh.
Ship is on the ground. Ground crew dispatched. It's good to have you with us, Commander.
Well, maybe I'll toss it on board their carrier and see. Try it out a couple of times.
I don't have a Mandalay out of Colonia, so it's down to this.
Hmm.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
tracking any good.
complete. Exit the station quickly.
Landing gear retracted.
May have to go and update my DW3 information if I'm going to bring the Caspian as well. Because they want to know every ship people are bringing.
Clear of the station. We hope to see you again, Commander.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Communications established. We are ready to receive docking requests.
Open hailing frequencies.
Requesting docking permission.
Permission granted. A landing pad has been assigned to you.
Hey, it's the only way that carrier makes money is people using its services. And not only that, Zoltor, but that's minimum markup that the game allows. Deploy landing gear.
Landing gear deployed.
All of my markups on the Emerald tablet are set to
Landing
minimum.
gear deployed.
Yep. 25% is minimum on a number of the services.
Landing successful. Solid approach. Welcome to our carrier, Commander.
Yep. And some of them are not adjustable either. Some of them it's just what the game says it is. Whatever. Excuse me. Oh boy. Yeah.
I can't go to sleep.
Well, after last night, we went to bed at 4 a.m. after hanging out with the family all night long. My body does not like that. So I'm going to be trying to get a whole lot more sleep
You
tonight.
have liftoff.
Track landing gear.
Landing gear.
That's how I feel every night, 3 a.m.
What if I suppose if that's your normal schedule, maybe it's okay, but that's like 6 hours off of my normal schedule.
Frame shift drive
You have now
charging.
departed the no-fire zone. Take care out there, Commander.
So here's my body trying to get up at 8 o'clock this morning
Engage.
on 4 hours sleep.
Not good.
So I made an executive decision that I was going to sleep in, and I slept in and woke up, and slept in and woke up, and slept in and woke up. It's like, let me get some decent rest here. Now, gotta get up. Eventually crawled out of bed about 11 o'clock. But it wasn't good sleep. Hello, James. Welcome back.
Hello, James, again.
Zorgan Peterson, Alpha, November Golf. It's good to see you, Commander. Please enjoy your stay at this facility.
Open hailing frequencies.
Requesting docking permission.
Request approved. Please head directly for Bay 2-4.
Deploy landing gear.
Landing gear deployed.
Landing gear deployed.
Confirmed contact. Commence power down. Station services are at your disposal.
Oh, you. Yeah. Crazy Aussies. Can't even maintain a proper time of day. I don't know.
James, I like talking to people from the future, then I know what's going to happen to me.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
I love the fun in when we had the year 2000 changeover. For a lot of older people here on the East Coast of the U.S. were like, it's gonna go, everything's gonna go boom, everything's gonna fail, we're all gonna die at midnight. It's like, Australia already had their midnight. No, they didn't!
Detachment complete. Exit the station quickly and safely.
Retract landing gear.
Landing gear.
Landing
When that
gear
happened,
retracted.
we were all sat on Napster servers waiting for them to crash.
Yeah.
Or rather, running after servers waiting for them to crash, and they didn't.
At the time, I was at a company that made unified messaging systems. And I had already taken all of our systems, all of our different types of systems, and set the time ahead and run them through Y2K. Nothing happens. Fuck it.
Clear of the station. We hope to see you again, Commander.
It's like, nothing's gonna happen.
Frameshift
It's fine.
4,
Yeah, Britain's been through it, America's been through it, Australia's been through it.
It just amazed me the number of people who were just absolutely convinced that the world was going to fall apart at midnight. The fireworks, you know, were all going to screw up because they're all on timers, so they'd all go off in the wrong order. They blow up in their tubes. Yeah, even relatively intelligent people, it's like, no, it's not going to happen. We knew this was coming, and all of those responsible for software and stuff, we've basically already fixed it all before it happened. Don't worry about it.
Microsoft have brought a patch out. Put it on.
Well, it was and it wasn't. It was due to when the decision was made to use two-digit years, it was done as a measure of necessity because of the limited memory and limited bit widths and limited this, that, and the other thing in computers. So everything was set to use two-digit years. And of course, when it rolls over at the end of the two-digit year, all sorts of chaos could have happened. But literally,
Back because they didn't put the Microsoft patch on.
oh, Microsoft had that patch out for like 4 years. Open hailing frequencies.
Requesting docking permission.
So very few people ran into any sort of problems with it.
Clearance granted.
And that was
Please
only on their
direct you to
personal
landing pad.
computers. Anything that was in a professional setting had long been updated. But some people were worried about the banks and running the banking language COBOL. But no, they had patched that out already. Deploy landing gear. Deploy landing gear.
Landing gear deployed.
Deploy your landing gear, Commander.
Landing gear deployed.
Anywhere there could have been a problem was solved multiple years, up to, in some
Landing
cases,
successful.
6
Solid
months
approach.
ahead of time.
Enjoy your stay with us.
But literally, when it came down to that actual date, nothing failed. Absolutely nothing. The planes didn't fall out of the sky. It's just business as usual. Keep going. Yeah, it was a train. It was a slow-moving train wreck, and they just, everybody just fixed the track ahead, and it didn't happen. No train wreck. Everything works fine. Thank you. Nothing to see here. Although we've got another train wreck coming up. Europe has put in some new software regulations. That's going to be fun.
Oh, the EU's just been a pain in the arse.
Oh, the EU is being a royal pain in the ass right now. Retract landing gear.
Landing gear.
Landing gear
The carrier
retracted.
is far behind you.
But in this case, legitimately so. So they've got a bunch of new security regulations for any software sold in Europe after a certain point in time.
Frameshift drive charging.
You have now
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
And it is not a trivial set of requirements. So it's interesting watching the different pieces of software companies, whether it's the salespeople versus the security people versus the software engineers, and who's got what priority where, and the political battles going on within all the software companies. Nah, not even close, Zoltar. This whole thing coming up in the EU is all about securing systems and protecting personal information. It's a pretty damn good idea. Whoever worded the law did a real good job. It's sensible. It should be doable. The problem you have is, software companies are in business to make money. To make money, you've got to put out new features and enhancements and this, that, and the other thing all the time.
Thank you for choosing our station, Commander. We hope you find everything to your liking.
Open hailing frequencies.
Requesting docking permission.
And
Permission authorized. Please
meeting
enter
these
ID
new
of A17.
security requirements is going to take a significant amount of development time, which is going to take time away from all these sexy features that the salespeople want to put into the software. Like, well, if you want to sell software at all, you have to do these. Deploy landing gear.
Landing gear deployed.
Landing gear deployed.
I need a
Docking
chair.
successful. Perform landing checklist. Greetings, Commander.
And given how much sense it makes for 418 for these system protections to be in place, I'm expecting these regulations to go worldwide as a requirement. No, this has nothing to do with that, Zoltor. This has everything to do with making systems less hackable.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Got nothing to do with tracking anybody. Europe has just gotten sick of all these personal information data breaches that keep happening. And they're like, okay, guys, you can't police yourselves, so we're going to police you.
From landing pad. Moderate speed on exit.
Track landing gear.
Landing gear
Landing
retracted.
gear retracted.
You are clear of station restrictions. Be careful out there, Commander.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2.
What you said about it going worldwide, it's got to go worldwide, otherwise America won't be able to sell software to the EU.
Yep. Well, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, some companies are going to decide, well, we'll just, you know, not sell in the EU for a couple of years while we do this, and then, you know, next year South America will come together and say, well, now we require it, and then, you know, the Middle East will, you know, various countries over there will say, well, now we require it, and it's just gonna, it's all about making these systems more secure to prevent the proliferation of all these systems that are just so hackable. The whole standard is written about actually, you know, following good practices to secure the systems so that bad actors can't come in and steal your customers' data. Whether those bad actors be people on the dark web or foreign governments or your own government. Doesn't matter. System will be secure.
Our carrier respects careful pilots. What's your speed at there?
Open hailing frequencies.
Requesting docking permission.
Access granted. Please follow standard docking protocols, Commander.
Deploy landing gear.
Landing gear deployed.
Landing gear deployed.
I gotta figure, you know, 2025 alone, there were like 700 major hacks where personal information was stolen from rather large companies. And these regulations are aiming to force software companies to close the loopholes.
Contact confirmed. Solid approach. What can we do for you, Commander?
No, it's nothing. They're not talking about gathering anybody's data. They're talking about every piece of software that's sold in the EU has to be properly secured. You have to go through and you have to do security testing. You have to do the proper level of penetration testing and ensure that your product has done everything possible to prevent it from being hackable. Of course, software is still going to be hacked. Because it's, you know, it's a digital arms race. But the proliferation of hacks around the world has literally gotten the EU to take a step to say, okay, enough is enough. If you want to sell software, it has to be secured. And that's, yeah, 12-year-old can hack a government's network, absolutely. I've known quite a few 12-year-olds that, if they weren't closely watched, could easily have done that. You're talking about something that a lot of governments would love to have happen, which is tracking everybody's data. This new requirement has absolutely nothing to do with that. And it has everything to do with actually preventing that, which is interesting. So basically, the requirement is to do all of the necessary security testing, security best practices, security logging to automatically detect, isolate, and prevent intrusions. Encrypting your data in transit, encrypting your data at rest, encrypting your data always. So you never, ever, 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 even if somebody gets the data, they can't do anything with it because they don't have the keys. And yes, the keys are software, but good luck getting them. So yeah, it's about designing a more data-safe world where your personal data is protected from anybody who shouldn't be able to get to it, including, in most cases, the government. And the same thing goes for, you know, corporate level data. You know, say you're a you're a major chemical company. You don't want your formulas and processes getting out there. So that data, you know, you'd want to have it all encrypted. Most of it isn't these days. Well, will have to be now. You know, this is all about cybersecurity and zero about user and personal tracking. But it's not a small requirement. It is an Oxford English dictionary full of requirements. So any company that's going to want to sell software into Europe has to go through all of these loops to go through and get everything secured so that company data, personal data, no data goes where it isn't supposed to go. If you're not authorized, you can't get it. And
there'll always be a race between the hackers and the programmers.
Yep, absolutely. But there really hasn't been up until recently. The hackers have basically had pretty much their way with anything out there, and people would only put little patches in when a hack was discovered. this new European law requires software companies to test their software to make sure, you best possible, due diligence to absolutely minimize the chance of it being hackable. Everything's hackable, but you just want it basically is forcing software companies to raise the bar. And it's a significant bar.
So we'll all be going Linux.
Yeah, I'm certainly all my financial data is going on a Linux box. Now you missed the point, Zoltor. People always tested their software, but they've tested, to make sure the intended functionality works. The addition of intrusion testing and intrusion resilience certification, that's pretty new. Because when, software for many, many years, I mean, you'd occasionally, you hear about data breaches here and there and whatever. And outside of, a few industries, nobody was really taking it seriously. Well, now everybody's got to take it seriously because it's the law. So this is, as far as gamers go, this is going to affect every online game. It's going to affect any game delivery system like Steam or Epic or Big Fish Games, or there's like 6 or 7 other ones. Because they're going to have to make their services a lot more secure than they currently are. A lot of your financial institutions are already following this sort of thing, and they still get hacked. But, how much due diligence have they been following? There's no documentation to tell that. Well, now there's gonna be. So it's going to make for a fun year because most places need to have it done, have everything documented and secured by the end of 2026. Or is it mid-2027, whatever. Either way, it's going to be a fun year in software, locking down everything to make sure no bad people can get in. Going to mess with the gaming industry, though. So many online games have 0 security testing. What has taken the software realm so long to catch up is really lack of coordinated attacks for the longest time. It's only within the past 4 or 5 years that there's been a serious amount of hacks going on to get into different systems. If you notice, you started hearing about hacks into systems back around like 2001, 2002. But there was few and far between. You didn't really worry about it because it didn't happen all that much. They didn't really get much. the companies that they were hacking were major financial institutions which had already thought about this and had already set up honeypot systems and secured their entire infrastructure. So it was really, really hard. But now with the proliferation of small internet businesses, you open up a Google Workplace, holy crow. You set up a game like Elite Dangerous with a shop front. Oh my goodness, that can be hacked. Steam and Epic, I know have taken theirs pretty seriously. I'm not worried about them. But it's just, they've been trying to hack at the monitoring systems on electrical grids. The monitoring systems are trying to hack into corporate espionage, trying to hack into production plants on, you name the product. It's just getting more and more and more and more and more.
I think it was a couple of years ago, RNHS got hit, didn't it? Big style.
Who got hit?
National Health Service.
Yep.
Hospitals and doctors and everything was locked out.
That's what triggered the this set of regulations in Europe was, the attacks branched out from against things that were prepared for them to systems that were peripheral. And what's been happening is so you would attack a peripheral system, up your privileges within the peripheral system and use the peripheral system to hack the system you actually want to hack with elevated privileges. And there's been a lot of that started going on. That's how that whole medical system hack happened. The medical system really didn't have much of a problem. It was another system on their network that did. And so what happened is a bad actor hacked that peripheral system, changed their ID using that peripheral system within their network, gaining administrative access to the medical system, and was able to get everybody's files. Which is now why there's going to be no exception. You want to deploy software in Europe? Secure it.
It's not like you go out and leave your house unlocked, is it?
Well, it's like, you lock your front door but leave your window wide open. That's what happened to the medical system.
That's the analogy I meant.
Yeah.
Lock the doors, leave your windows open. Oh, the burglar won't get in. Oh, hang on a minute. Where's all my stuff gone?
Yeah. So,
what you were saying is you get a ping guard dog in your place and that is it.
Mm-hmm. So everything that gets deployed has to be secure. And that way nobody can get in, elevate their privileges, and hack other systems via elevated privileges. Nope, not allowed. And the penalties for not doing this, oh my goodness, they're severe.
It's a bad idea, but some of the ideas that come out there are decent.
Yep. Well, this law is reasonably well written. They actually managed to get the technical jargon correct. And, they had people with very good security knowledge and technical skill write a very interesting and complete set of requirements. It's going to be a pain for software companies to meet it, but once people have met it, it's just like, yeah, whatever. But software companies are just so used to the fact that, well, I'm not, we don't make software that needs to do that because our software doesn't have any personal data. No, but your software, and then on the other hand, it's no, but your software can be hacked using this well-known vulnerability where they can go change their identity, elevate their privileges, and then get into secure systems that are on the same network as your software. like, oh, but that's not our problem. Yes, it is. 5% of your annual income per incident. Thank you. Income, not profit.
Well, hopefully it won't. Everybody will go on board with it, and we'll actually finally have a secure world,
Sort of. And, it raises the difficulty for hacking these systems, but they won't be unhackable. No system is unhackable. It's just.
No. It all comes down to when this bit goes. It all comes down to password. If you put your password as A, that's a lot easier hackable than somebody who's got a 19 or 20 letter symbol password going.
Yep. Well, category 0 passwords are not allowed anymore, which is just a single letter. I forget the other designations, but yeah, complex passwords are going to be required by more and more and more systems.
I don't mind. I use quite complex passwords anyway.
Yeah, well, I always have since I've worked in the security realm. I was like, look at this. Oh, you mean if I don't make a good enough password, somebody can get into take my stuff? No, that ain't happening. Better password, better password. It annoys me when I find a system that won't let me make a password as complex as I want to. What do you mean I can only have 8 characters?
Yeah, well, I won't be using this system.
Wait, I can only use 8 characters and can't have punctuation? What do you mean? I'm not putting my data here. Anyway, alrighty. I think I have come to the end of what I can do this evening. So at this point, I'm going to thank everyone who came along for the ride. It was great having you all along. In the stream chat, we have Khan Mirza, Zoltor, Kanesh, Tacita, Mr. Mad Hatter, and James. Thank you guys very much for joining me in the stream chat. It was great having you all along, as always. And once again, Tacita, thank you for joining me in the wing. Alrighty. Like I said, I've run out of time. I need to get myself to bed. I got to be up at an actual reasonable hour of the morning tomorrow. Oh, Monday's back to work. I'm not looking forward to it. And then I have to get up at an unreasonable hour of the morning to get into work. Yes, password changing is probably, while not part of this standard, is a very good idea. I love password policies that force you to change it every set interval. And I love it when the interval is configurable by the system administrator. Anyway, all right. So I can keep talking about that all night long, but which would be a bad idea because then I'd never get to bed. In any case, all right, folks. That's all I can do for now. So we'll pick this up again tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. That's all for now. This is Trice Majestus signing up.